All right, welcome to the Mailman Podcast. I'm your host, Dick Colin, and that's MALE man for men after legitimate estrogen-free masculine approaches to the nowadays. And today, there are a couple of things that came up over the past couple of weeks that got me thinking about expectations, and those man expectations, like where are the jobs at? The H and the B's.
Mailman Podcast coming to you. MALE man coming to you. Talking about man stuff on the internet. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Mailman Podcast coming to you. MALE man coming to you. Ooh.
Oh, it's not even freaking going on. Thanks for letting me know there, chat. Wait, hang on. I got this sound. My bad. Oh well. I guess I'll cut that out later. But yeah, let me fix this thing here. There we go. All right. That's a little better. Make me feel like I'm not just by myself here. But yeah. So I wanted to talk about oh, there we go. Expectations and where we have to set our expectations, and is that necessarily going to be a lower the expectations, get the old riffraff down at the bottom of the barrel, the ones you don't tell your friends about, or maybe you got to raise that bar up, go for that top tier, top shelf liquor. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna explore that today. I think maybe it's somewhere in the middle. But yeah, to start off, what got me thinking about it was watching The Naked Gun was kind of like the start of this. But the new Naked Gun with Liam Neeson's, which is funny. It's the same initials, right? Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson's. I keep saying Neeson's. Damn you, Key and Peele. Messed me up for life. But yeah. So I was watching Naked Gun. So I went with my mom, and it was kind of like, what do we watch? Do we watch Superman, Fantastic Four, F1, and then basically Naked Gun was the only other thing. There's other movies, but those are the only ones that we were considering there. And Naked Gun won out, and my expectation for that film was real low. And I'm talking like, I thought this was going to be a waste of our time and just not going to be funny at all. And so I had a real low bar. I thought this was going to be just dog shit. But I go in there, and it's probably, I don't know how much of this, the outcome, has to do with that low bar of expectation for this film. Also, going into the theater and realizing they've like revamped it, and so there's less seats, but they're reclining, like super comfortable. So there's that, you know. And if we didn't get in any food, because the food was like, I don't know, like $40 for, you know, popcorn and what was it, 2 ices and a thing of nachos. Super expensive, man. But the tickets were like, I don't know, like $9 or something. I thought they'd be way more than that. So if you didn't buy any of the food, you just $20 for 2 people. That's not too bad. So I don't know how much all of that had anything to do with this experience, but regardless, I had super low expectations for this film. Go in there about I don't know, I want to say like 30 seconds in. I forgot what happened, but I know I got my first chuckle happened about like 30 seconds into this movie, and then eventually it was like just me and my mom laughing, you know, every so often. And it kind of like gradually got more like more laughs out of us, but like the theater got louder, so it was kind of like what it felt like was my mom and I were like cracking up laughing throughout this movie, and it felt like everybody else was like slowly realizing that it's okay to laugh at this movie. Like you know, I don't know, like it's not like it was super risky or anything, but it's real dumb. It's so stupid. It's like, I don't know, it definitely has a plot, and like, well, that's funny to say that because they have a plot device, like literal, that's what it's called, or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But that it's like really obvious, like they do this super close up and it's real easy to read it. So that certainly got a laugh out of me. I think I was the only one that laughed at the first instance where that showed up. But yeah, it's like by the time we get to the towards the end of the movie, like the whole theater is just roaring, and you know, we were laughing regardless because the movie's fucking funny, man. It's funny. Like, I don't know. I wanted it to be real stupid, and it was exactly that, I guess. But I don't know. But like, I didn't really want much from this movie, so like, that's why like the expectation was super low, and it was really fucking funny, man. Like it maybe is it because my expectations were set so low. Is it that funny? I gotta watch it again and see. I think it is, because it's not the old one. The old one is just, you know, you can't beat that one. But this one's pretty good. Like as far as like just being real dumb, and they don't do as much. Like, I think there was a lot more like background jokes, like things actually happening in the background towards the beginning, and but I think that's fine because it probably has a lot to do with there's a lot more action going on as you get further on. But anyway, yeah, there's just some fucking funny ass. Oh man, like when the like they're talking about like their dads, and so he's looking at the picture of Leslie Nielsen, and it's basically just the poster. So it's like they didn't even try. It was just like, yeah, just get the poster to fine. So he's talking about like, you know, reminiscing and all these things, and then it goes over to like that hallway is just a bunch of pictures of people's dads that used to be cops. And it's like now they're cops, and they're all like praying and like crying, and like, and then it's like they have all these things to say to their dads, and then there's the black guy with O.J. Simpson as his dad, and he's like, nah, I'm good. Oh man, it's just, and like everybody plays like because even there's a was it Stingray in Cobra Kai, like, you know, I had an expectation with him too. You know, I've seen him in Cobra Kai, but that's it. So I had that as like the expectation, and it's like everybody played this movie pretty straight. Like the Naked Gun, the fact that Liam Neeson plays it like a Taken movie, like, it's what makes it work. It's basically a Taken movie, but a comedy. Like it's, and he has like, because it's a Naked Gun movie. It's like unlimited the possibilities of the ridiculousness that he can pull out of his ass to like do stuff. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch again just to make sure. Sorry, I'm about to drink of water here. Need a drink of your water. But yeah, I was just surprised. Like it was obviously exceeded my expectations because I didn't have any. It was pretty low already. But I think even if I went in kind of, you know, hopeful with it, I think it probably still would have been okay. I don't think the maybe the seat situation helped me focus on it, but I don't think that was a factor. I think it was just a decently made film. That was it. And yeah, it was it's very surprising because it's been a long time since I want to say maybe Tropic Thunder might have been the last time I was like laughing out loud in the theater for, you know, multiple times throughout the film. That might have been the last time. Let me go ahead and pull up while I'm talking about it anyway. Sorry, Jesus. I don't know what the hell. I can't get this out. Like, I drank water like probably like 2 days ago, and it went down the wrong pipe, and is kind of unrelated, but it feels like that. Naked Gun here. Just at least pull up the picture of this. Naked Gun. There we go. Oh man, jeez. And Pamela Anderson. Yeah, she was great, man. It was Paul Walter Hauser. That's that dude from Cobra Kai's name. Let's see. I guess I'll pull up the Naked Gun picture here. Jesus Christ. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, that's good. Forgot what I was doing. Google. Yep. It's been a couple of weeks. I forgot how to do all this. All right, here we go. Boop. There we go. The Naked Gun. Yeah. So, and then I want to go back here. Who's the? Yeah, this guy. This Kevin Durand. He's in a ton of movies, but he's. I saw him in the hell was it? Oh yeah, that's on track with what we're talking about today. So we'll come back to him. That's which is coincidence that he just happens to be in both of these movies. But like, he always has these like relatively small roles, and he's so fucking good. But yeah, everybody plays this film, plays this movie, like it's not a comedy, and it's so fucking funny because of that. Let's see here. They have yeah, Pamela Anderson. Who else would you know? Oh yeah, Danny Houston. That guy's great. Let's see. Oh yeah, because they have the fight. So Michael Bisping shows up, which is great. I love that dude. CCH Pounder. She's going on a list that I'm putting together pretty soon, and she's classic. She's even when she was in like not very good movies or whatever. RoboCop 3 comes to mind. Man, she knocked it out of the park. She was the best part of that movie. The only good part of that movie. And she's over the top. Like, it's like maybe not the best CCH Pounder, but it's the best, certainly the best part of that movie. You know, you only get to do what you can do with what you got. Dang, she's getting old though. But she was a perfect choice for the chief. Because basically she just played the character from The Shield. It was like it's so perfect. Her husband, he's like always sleeping. It's like he like shows up in her bedroom and she's like, "Be quiet." He's like, "Don't, if you wake him up, I swear." Oh man, yeah. Go watch The Naked Gun. Oh man, if like if you are sad or like depressed or like what else did I type in the the thing here? Yeah, if you feel down or you haven't laughed in a long time, go watch this movie, man. It's gonna cheer you up. It's so dumb. And it's only like an hour and a half. Oh yeah, okay, so fucking hell. So the movie was supposed to start at 2:30, so that's the time. Now I know I've been out of America for a very long time, and almost a decade, but yeah, I do recall you get, I don't know, 2 to 5 trailers usually. So what's that, like 2 minutes a piece? Let's be generous there. And so what's that? What did I say? 2 to 5? Math times, was that 10? Help me out in the chat. Yeah, so you get about 10 minutes, right, of like your advertisements, your trailers, whatever. So the movie starts at 2:30. You're gonna see about 10 minutes. 2:40 comes around, movie starts, right? Yeah. No, that's what it used to be like. Now it was, we got there at like, we were getting our food, it was like 2:30, and then by the time we were like done, we're like oh, we'll miss the first trailer, it's fine. It was like 31, 32. Like, so we're like, yeah, we'll miss the first trailer, but it'll be fine. And then we sit down and it's like this really long AMC advertisement. I don't know if it was there might have been more than one, but more than one. Jeez. But I don't know, it was fucking long. And it had Nicole Kidman, I think, was in it. She's still got it going on, man. She still looks good. Bang. Hot lady. Woo. But yeah, so it's like that's going on. Then we get some trailers, which I don't know if it looked good, but it definitely I definitely want to watch it. That Springsteen movie. I love me some Bruce Springsteen, man. Born in the USA, brother. Woo. And yeah, it just sounded like the way they were presenting it and making a specific album, and yeah, it sound like something that'd be, when you watch those like build you up, like make you feel good, success movies. Kind of. It seems like it's gonna be like something like that. So that's on my radar. I'm gonna check that out. The guy, I don't know. Maybe I guess he does kind of look like a young Bruce Springsteen, but like I don't know. He wasn't necessarily a big guy, but the guy playing him looks. Maybe I had to look at some of those early pictures or something. He just looks way skinnier. Like I don't know. But anyway, interesting enough. But I also got to see the Mortal Kombat trailer, and there I did see like a very flash image of the fuck was his name, Cole, from the first, the one before, not the first one, but the character that nobody asked for. I saw his face for like a second, which actually, like this gonna tie into the next movie I'm gonna talk about, but seeing him in like the first Mortal Kombat, they're like, he's fucking annoying. It's an annoying character. And then I watched, I finally finished Cobra Kai, and he's the last villain that Johnny fights, and he was fucking great. Like I actually liked him in that show. Like so it was kind of like, that expectation. I have this low bar for this guy, and then I see him like, oh, okay, he's not that bad. It's actually, it was clearly that movie sucked. But which it did, the first Mortal Kombat. I mean, though everything about it was like, why aren't you following Scorpion? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the story. Nothing else matters. So it looks like maybe they're gonna do something a little more like that, or actually focus on a Mortal Kombat character, like a real one. Yeah, it looks. I think it's gonna be at bare minimum entertaining, just like Naked Gun. I think I'm gonna have pretty low expectations, and based on the trailer, if that holds for the rest of the film, I think it'll be worthwhile. So we'll see. But I don't know, and that was the other thing that was confusing me is that expectation. I think it is. It is and it isn't, right? So I've got this. Is want really an expectation, or is that something different? I don't know. Maybe that's what we're trying to figure out here. But yeah, so Naked Gun turned out really great. I'll watch it again, make sure it wasn't just like a fluke, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna sustain a little bit there. The next movie that I watched, which this is like for years I put this movie like yeah, never. I'm never gonna watch that. That looks and sounds real dumb. And it was, but like not that bad. So that movie Real Steel. Let me get that pulled up here. Yeah, one of the dumbest names. Like, it's so dumb. Like, really dumb. All right, let's see here. Oh, you bastard. All right, I know what I gotta do. I gotta open it like that and then do this. Yay, there we go. All right. Now, here we go. Real Steel. Okay. So, how do I explain this? It's basically Rocky with sock and boppers or whatever those things are called. It's basically that. It's like this. I remember I still have I hope I still do. My grandfather bought me one of those like really long time ago. I still have that thing. But yeah, this is that what they're called? The sock'em boppers? Sock'em boppers? Hang on. Let me make sure I got that right. Sock'em boppers. Let's see. Nope, I totally got it wrong. Soccer boppers are the blow up hands where you can just punch people as much as you want. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's see. Robot boxing toy. There we go. There it is. Yeah. Rock'em Sock'em. I was close. That's what it's called. Rock'em Sock'em. But yeah, you had this little blue. I guess maybe I'll just pull it up, huh? Just get an image of this thing. There we go. Oh my god. Why do you do this? All right. I don't want to pull up an Amazon website here. Do I have to do that? Oh my god, it's gonna make me do it. Oh wait, can I do this? Yeah, I think I can. Boom, there we go. All right. Thank you, technology. Don't worry, we'll bring the real steel back. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. Rock'em Sock'em robots. So, yeah, so you punch and the head pops up. I'm sure you know what this is. But anyway, that's how I can explain this movie. It's basically if you were to make that Mattel game a movie, you would make real steel. And you would base it off of Rocky. So it's has something to say. All right. Now, first thing that threw me off of this movie is Real Steel. That's like the dumbest name ever. Now, it's the TV show of this WRB, the World Robot, whatever. So the show is called Real Steel. Okay, so that's fine. But they should have kept that for the movie part, not the title of the film. I mean, Rock'em Sock'em is probably not a good name either, but they could have went with something else. I don't know. Robots fighting real steel, or maybe real hard steel. That would have been much better. Yeah, hard steel. There you go. Real hard steel. All right, but anyway, I don't have an answer for this name. Fightbot. I don't know. Fuck it. I like real hard steel. That's pretty good. But the other thing was this kid. So this was I think it's the same kid. Dang, that's what he looks like now. Jeez. Let's see. Is he's gotta be Star Wars kid, right? He looks like him. Is he not? Was he not Anakin? That might change everything. What the hell? He looks just like him. Hey, hang on a second. Star Wars episode Phantom Menace. There we go. Jake Lloyd. Wow. I've been shutting this film off because he looked like the other kid. This Dakota Goyo. Sorry, bro. You look like that other guy. That was real fucking annoying. Okay, well that would explain at least maybe. So my expectation for this was oh no, that fucking annoying kid from Star Wars that played Anakin. Like, I can't sit through that again. But apparently that's not him. It's somebody else. Which would explain why he well, it doesn't explain what I thought, but it explains why he's tolerable in this movie. But I thought maybe I was like, oh, I guess, you know, like the guy from the Mortal Kombat movie, like he's I don't know, he's better than that, but maybe not. Maybe that kid does suck. But anyway, this kid's not bad. He wasn't super annoying. It was tolerable. It was fine. And it really more is about the Hugh Jackman's character, you know, and him you know, reconnecting with the world essentially, and being who he's born to be. But yeah, it was pretty goddamn entertaining. You know, it was not a great film, but yeah, I didn't mind it. There was actually some time spent with the characters, so you get to know them, and there are certainly some challenges. The world is relatively a character, which is nice to see. You know, they put some effort into it. You have a pretty clear understanding of what you need to understand. Like, they don't go super in depth with everything, but you see enough of it to where you have an idea. Like, oh, okay, it's futuristic, but it's not you know, so far advanced. There are certainly levels of you know, darkness that you have to go through. But yeah, it's close enough date wise to still be connected to us, but not have to date itself, you know. So it could basically be attached to most of our you know, modern timelines and still be good. And so, you know, watching this movie, when was this? 2011. So watching this, you know, now for the first time, it was still fine. Like, there was no, I didn't feel like it was a problem, you know, with the timeline there, you know, because they don't put like, at least I don't remember anything like in the year 2042. It's like, well, that's when 2042 comes around, that's gonna be a problem. So yeah, so it just can kind of be on its own there. But yeah, the robot fights were pretty cool. You know, it's cool to see that stuff. Hugh Jackman puts in a great performance. They got a hot lady. What is her name? She's from Lost. Evangeline Lilly. Is that her name? Really? Ooh. All right. But I mean, you're hot, so it's fine. Then oh yeah, Kevin Durant. So he's in that again. So he plays like a, you know, Texan or something. And I don't recall seeing him do that kind of role, and it was pretty cool to see him do something else. He's still kind of a villain, but he was a little bit different type of villain than he usually is. He had some charm, some kind of funny. So I'd actually like to see him in more comedies. So he was in Naked Gun, so I think he might have the chops for that. So yeah, give that man more work, Kevin Durant. But yeah, Real Steel, man. Like, you just want like a, I don't want to call it a throwaway movie, because it's not, you know, you may not watch it again, but I think you'll enjoy it the first time around. That was another one. You know, I had zero expectations for this. It just showed up in the feed. I laughed at the name again, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's got Hugh Jackman. That's fine. And then yeah, not knowing a whole lot about the film, I think also helped out. So now I'm kind of in the realm of where should you set those expectations that you have? So there's I keep bringing her up, Byron. Oh my God, Byron Katie. That's what it is. Yeah, Byron Katie. So the work. You can probably just look it up like that, Byron Katie. The work. Let me see if I can get a book. The work. Oh my God. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Oh, there's the 4 questions. Here we go. I'm trying to get one that has like the book next to the. Oh, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. Damn it. You always have to just let me do the thing. Damn it. Let's see the 4 questions. All right, I might have to do this other one. But I want that one. All right, let's just do this. Hang on a minute. The work. Here we go. Well, yeah, of course. I'm one of the people using this device, so I should be able to see it. Oh my God. Is that it? That's not it. Where'd it go? Oh, it's saved to the desktop. No wonder I couldn't find this thing. All right. Here we go. So. Ooh, Thelma Hopkins from last time. There we go. Why the hell is it way up there? All right. Let's see. Is that too blurry? Can you read that? All right. This is Byron Katie. The work. So it's kind of blurry, huh? Anyway. So expectation, like how to set them. That's not what this book is necessarily about, but it is in a lot of ways. So basically, you whatever it is that you're thinking, feeling, you want to get it out, figure out what that is, and then you want to the main thing that she says is like turn it around, right? So you go through these inquiries, right? So is what you're saying true? Like, are they the room is messy. Is it true? Yes. Can you absolutely know that it's having another person is probably easier. They're angry at me for something. Is it true? Yes, no, whatever. Can you absolutely know that it's true? Well, in the case of a person, it's hard to know for sure. How do you react when you believe that thought? Does it makes me feel bad? Blah blah blah. Who would you? Was it? Been a while since I read this. Who would you be without that thought? And be a happier person or whatever. And it's like, okay, now turn it around. So it's kind of like, I expect X, they're not doing X. Then or they're not doing X. Okay, turn around. I expect them to do X. You know, how important is it for X to be done? Blah, blah. So that's kind of the thing with, let's get it over here. Nice. That's kind of where the thought process is with like expectations and where do you actually set those? And I don't think there's a proper point. Like if you lower your expectations, yeah, you get some delight from things exceeding those expectations because they're so low. But there's the other part of like what is that? Without it's basically like not having any hope, right? So if you don't have any expectations, you don't have any hope, and the awesomeness of things they don't last as long if you don't have any hope, you know. Now they can give you hope, so that's a good thing that they can do. But if you get knocked down again, like immediately after, that's gonna reinforce the longevity, I guess, or lack of that things. It's like the Naked Gun. I'm gonna have to watch that later when I have higher hopes for that film, because I need to lock it in if it is something that's entertaining, or if it was just a matter of I've been so deprived of laughter over the past decade or so that it was just a breath of fresh air, and it could be that. But it's like that feeling of something good is it's not going to last long if I don't have so it's given me some hope, but it's like the crappy movies that are alongside it are like more. So it's like with little hope it gives me extra. It's like it's hard to maintain that hope for something else because you keep getting knocked down, right? So those expectations. So where maybe having them real low is a good place to be when you are like when you're low yourself, like you're like hitting the rock bottom, then yeah, maybe you do need to lower your expectations to a point where you can get a win and gain that little extra bit of hope, and then now your bars are slightly higher, and then keep going and going and going until you keep that bar at a reasonable level reasonable volume. But yeah, and then kind of on the other end too is you have your expectations too high, then like obviously everybody knows like it's impossible, you're never going to meet all that. But you also it goes into what are you going to do with the failure that comes from high expectations, and if I don't know if this is normal, but if you it also kind of depends on what it's directed towards. So I guess if I have high expectations for a film, let's see what's one that I watched. It was like, wow, that was bad. Like thought it was gonna be really good and it wasn't. I don't know. There's got to be one. Oh, I know one. Prey. I heard really great things about it from people that I respect their opinions on films, and I didn't like it. I thought it was fucking terrible. I thought there were some good qualities, some things I really enjoyed, but overall it was just like showed the Predator way too early. Like there's no build up for that. I understand we know what it is, but come on, man. Like we don't know what this version is. Like so give us some intrigue, build that up. And then the girl goes on, like, she does go on a journey, but I don't feel like she actually like went through anything that made me feel like she wasn't gonna make it. Yeah, I think there was a lot of like so she's making tools and clearly she's gonna use those and they're gonna be useful, but it's like I don't know. I feel like there wasn't any build up for her knowledge of those tools or something. Like I don't know. There just wasn't enough. Like because it almost felt like she was starting with like she's kind of starting with nothing, and then by the time she gets towards the end, she has a lot of um like equipment and knowledge or something like that. And it was like it felt like the opposite of the original Predator, where it's like Arnold starts with like basically everything arsenal wise that you could ever need, and like all the skills that you would think would be able to like deal with this situation. And then by the end, he's like holding the stick with a knife on the end. It's like, and he's all painted up. So I felt like he was losing things, and eventually became the rat in the corner that stands up on its hind legs and attacks the cat. It's like I didn't feel that happening like at all in Prey, and it was real disappointing. So that was one of those where I didn't have high hopes when I first heard about it. I'm like, I don't know, because they've been making some real shitty Predator movies, but which Badlands is, God, that looks god awful. Anyway, but Prey is watchable, but it's not good. Not a good movie. But yeah, I had high expectations because I heard really good things about it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it out, and did not meet those. Probably was worse off had I not had high expectations for that movie. Now, the I think where the problem lies with this expectation thing is when it's because there's a difference with things that you hold for yourself and then the things that you hold for other people. And I think this is where you got to be careful with when you get let down too many times, or I guess let down is for anything, media, whatever. But when you get let down too many times, like that's certainly coming from the outside, but it's coming from your expectations of the outside there. And in that case, you can lower your expectations to limit the impact that has on your state or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's dangerous ground. So because you start doing that, like with your own stuff, like you lower your expectations on your own, and you kind of want to be in the middle. It's the characterization box that I've been thinking about a lot. So it's like, for if you're writing a character for a story, you want them to be in a three-dimensional box. Like they're on the inside of this box. Now, the box is more of a I don't know, what do you call that? No, transparent. Not transparent. It's more of like like a transparent box. Like you can move through the walls, right? But in the center of the box is a rubber band attached to the person themselves. So they're attached to this box. They can't get away from the box. Now, they can go outside of the walls of the box, but that rubber band keeps them attached, and they can only go so far before it snaps back and consequences, right? So you kind of have to, I feel like you have to have your expectations in a box as well. It's like you need your boundaries, and you need to know what those are before you start getting in some I don't know, unstable ground with the expectations. So I think one thing that's been working for me, going back to the Byron Katie, was like just turn everything around. Just, all right, well, I expected this to happen. It didn't. Okay. What did I do to limit that possibility of it not happening? So that could be, did I tell the person what my expectation was? Did I show them what my expectation was? Did I exhaust all those resources into ensuring their success at meeting this expectation that I have for them? Kind of go through that. And if I did those things, okay, well, it still didn't get done. So now what's the problem? Okay, what else could I have done? I guess you could go down that road. Or you can go down the road with okay, well, how important is this expectation to me to be met? And if it's really important, then you're going to need to have that harsh conversation about this is what needs to happen for me, right? So you gotta have your boundary of like what you're willing to deal with there. And then maybe it's not entirely one way or the other. Maybe you can make some compromise. It's like, all right, well, maybe I asked for too much. All right, well, what if I just asked for this, right? Just all right, well, we're not gonna have sex tonight, then how about a BJ and J, right? Something, right? Make compromise. All right, but seriously, it does boil down to what are you? It's like a inception of expectations. It's like, what are your expectations of your expectations, right? And you really got to start thinking about it in the sense of you're not in control. Your awareness of the outcome of these expectations, right? And knowing whether or not you're willing to either sacrifice them or draw the line in the sand and put it out there like, no, this is it. This is the only option for this situation here. And I think one of the big things that you got to realize with expectations is you're at the mercy of the expectations of the world, environment, whatever you want to call it, for the outcomes, right? So you got to be prepared for your expectations to not be met poorly, be exceeded. Like, all those things are on the table. But when it doesn't quite go the way you want it to, then you need to be prepared to make the adjustment. So it's not kind of, let's say somebody is not getting it right. Now, if you look at it on the, I'm the boss, this is the employee, right? So everybody wants the independent employees, right? But you really want to get the expectations set. You want to show your expectation. So never tell somebody how to do something. You got to show them how to do it. Then you let them try it, right? And then if they don't do it the way they like it, show them again, right? And you keep doing that, and you keep doing that. And now there is a threshold, and the problem is that not everybody's going to meet that threshold. And some people, they're just all they needed was like 2 more chances beyond the threshold, and they would have been fine. But your threshold is that's up to you. That's what are you willing to deal with. But I think you always have to handle those things as far as like I used to know this guy that we were working at for electronics, and you have to sell the warranties and so on. And he used to do this thing where it was like he'd do the spiel, and the person be like, it's like, no, I'm okay, I don't want that. And he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't explain myself thoroughly enough. And then he'd like repeat it and say it in a slightly different way. But he had an incredible success rate by doing just that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, maybe I just didn't explain it well enough to you. And then you do it again. And yeah, it's amazing because people have no in the chamber like all the time. So think about yourself. I've got no, like, it's the shot has been fired. Like by the time I'm even like is there a bullet in there? Like, no, it's already gone. Like that shot's been fired already. And yeah, so no's already ready to go all the time for everybody. So it's where that ask for forgiveness versus for permission, right? It's because people have no in the chamber. So having that expectation of like, this person is not going to do something well for me. I'm not sure if this is connected, but that's where I was going initially. But how many times am I willing to show them how to do this thing before I just say, no, I'm not going to ask you to do that anymore? And that could be just that task. That could be the job. You're fired, whatever. But you gotta have that boundary. You gotta know where that limit is for yourself and draw that line. Now, expectation though does have the value, obviously. So not having expectations aren't going to do you any favors in the long run. You need to have something to strive for. You need to have something to fail on. You need all these things. But you can also set yourself up for like contingencies, right? So expectations allow you to like think about the like, I expect this outcome from the thing I'm about to do. Okay, well, let's say that actually does happen. All right, what then? What do I do with that? And then that can be me proactively planning, because I've been thinking about this too. Is you know, if you're close to the end of a project or task or whatever, you want to prepare to die, because once that task is complete, like if you don't have a plan after that, or doesn't matter if it's connected or completely different thing, you want to know what you're going to do next, because if you complete that task without a goal after to meet, you might be facing some serious depression and lots of masturbation. So I'm just saying. you can kind of scale your depression based on how many times you masturbate a day. If you're at once a day, you're okay. Twice a day, you might want to be concerned there. More than that, yeah, you got a problem. Yeah, you got to get out of there. But yeah, but you can make expectations work for you. You know, it's like work out those contingency plans. Like, I expect 3 outcomes: either this, or this. All right, what happens with each one? What do I do for each one? That kind of thing. Then you can, depending on you, if you're a go-getter, you get those high expectations that 10 out of 10s, hot ladies up there, and put in the work. Then yeah, you can. If you're I don't know, what do you call that? Not fuck up, move up, but that's kind of what it is. You know, it's true. You fail a lot, you move up. Maybe that's why those people get jobs like where everybody thinks they shouldn't, is they don't mind failing. You know, if you don't mind failing, then you do a lot. But I got that no in the chamber, so that's a problem. All right, I'm not sure if I got where I wanted to on that topic. That's what I've been thinking about. Is you want to put your expectations in a box, so you can move around, go slightly outside of it, but you need to be able to put your foot down when you need to, and make the world work for you. You know, it's like it's only going to do what it's going to do. You don't tell it to do any different, it's not going to know. And if you tell it still doesn't do what you need it to, then it might be time to reevaluate your expectations and switch it up. Maybe, lower them, raise them, get new friends, get new families, get new pets, whatever. Whatever you got to do. Replace your milk. The expectation was for it to taste good, it doesn't. Oh, it's bad. Yeah. Well, fix it. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, figure out your expectations, where that box is for you. And then, as always, don't let your meat loaf.
Mailman podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Talking about Minister Phony internet. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Mailman podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Ooh.